Hey everyone, Dave here with a book review video. It's a kind of very odd kind of video for me to be doing on the channel. I used to do heaps of these back when my channel first started nearly 10 years ago. Fell to the wayside for a little while there while my focus shifted to other kind of more editorial style stuff. But we've got a very special book come in today and I wanted to do a video for this because I know a lot of people out there are going to be interested in this and want to take a look at it. It is, of course, wow, and it's so heavy. This incredible heavy and big volume, Walt Disney's Donald Duck, The Ultimate History from Taschen. This has been written by J.B. Kaufman, David Gerstein, and edited by Daniel Kothenschulte. This is, of course, the follow-up volume to the Walt Disney's Mickey Mouse, The Ultimate History that was published by Taschen and the same three authors, editors, a number of years ago, probably, I guess, 6 or 7 years or so ago. And I'm excited to finally get my hands on this follow-up, which is many, many years in the making, of course. So what we're going to do is we're going to dive into this. We're going to take a look through the pages, see what we can expect. We're going to compare it to the Mickey Mouse volume as well. I filmed my unboxing and we're going to take a look at it for the very first time together. So let's have a look. Okay, so first up, I ordered mine from Amazon US. It came in this Amazon box right here. As you can see, this is one heavy beast. I think going by the website, this is like a 7.5 kilo package right here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna open this up. Okay, so as I'd hoped, and this is how the other ones have come that I've ordered from Amazon, there's a box inside a box. And now this box here should be the shipper box from the publisher, Taschen themselves. So let's get this one out. All right, so as you can see, it's much smaller in there. We're gonna get the book out of this box right here and take a look. So as you can see, this thing is really, really well packaged. It's got layer upon layer upon layer, which is amazing considering things from Amazon usually do not come packed the best, especially when I'm getting them from overseas. But because this does come in the shipper box from Taschen, this has actually been packed really well. So let's get this out. And there's our book right there, which as you can see is in another box, which is like the packaging box. Let's get this one out. Okay, and here it is, Walt Disney's Donald Duck, The Ultimate History from Taschen. I'm so excited to get into this. I've been waiting for this for a couple of years, ever since it was first announced. And I'm a big fan of the Mickey Mouse volume, and I had to pick this one up. Now this retails for around 350, 400 Australian dollars, which is probably close to about 300 US dollars. I managed to get this for about $230. Which was really, really, really good. I locked it in quite early and it pulled through. It took a little while to ship actually, but it pulled through. So let's get it out of the shrink wrap. We're gonna get the book out of the box and finally take a look at Walt Disney's Donald Duck, The Ultimate History from Taschen. As you can see, somehow, like this box here is damaged already, even though it's been inside a box inside a box. But that's what these are for, because had this book not had this protective box on it here, the book probably would have been damaged too. So let's open this up. Oh boy. Oh boy, look at that. Okay, this is fantastic. So the book itself is again in shrink wrap, which is probably the layer of shrink wrap I will keep. So I'm gonna get the book out of the shrink. I'm gonna finally take a look inside. All right, we are going to keep this shrink wrap aside so I can put the book back on the shrink. Okay, so here's our book right here, Walt Disney's Donald Duck, The Ultimate History, as we've read a number of times. We're gonna open this up. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna go through the entire book because I like to leave a little bit of mystery for people who are, especially if you're spending like $300 on this book. You want there to be a little bit of mystery when you get it for yourself, but I'm going to give you a good idea of what to expect from this. gorgeous volume. I might actually have to come from the top. You can see the book is going to be segmented into sections here. We've got the early years, which cover some of Donald's earliest cartoons, The Wise Little Duck, Misadventures in Merchandising, The Taliaferro Style, Starring Donald Duck, Donald Gets Drafted, feature films of the 40s, The Duck Who Never Was. Then we've got the defining years, Enter Karl Barks, Donald's Dilemmas, post-war shorts, Duckburg, USA, From Big Screen to Small, more unproduced cartoons, which is going to be really interesting actually. And then we've got the international years, Going Quackers Media, 1960s to 1980s, Global Donald Comics Culture, and The Once and Future Duck. Sorry if it sounds like I'm struggling to read, because I am. I'm struggling to read that upside down. But here we go. This is beautiful so far. And I am looking at this from upside down basically, but it doesn't take away from the beauty of this thing. I'd go around the front side, but my tripod legs are there. Well, there's no space for me there. Anyway, so here we go right here. These Taschen books are absolutely gorgeous. They're produced to the highest quality. Look at that. There's like a nice cutout thing there. This is really thick cardstock here, as you can see. They just really spare no expense. The pages are really thick in general. This is like the pages that are separating the I guess chapters or the sections of the book are very thick, like cardstock. This is more like glossy photo paper, but it's also very thick, which is good. So I mean, you're paying $300-400 for a book. You really want the quality, and Taschen have always got quality with their publications. They don't just charge an obscene amount and then whip together a really, cheap effort. The Taschen stuff is fantastic. There was a recent book they've released. It's a compilation of Hollywood portraiture from Life magazine called Life Hollywood. And I had that on order too, but they actually weirdly have used like AI cleanup on a lot of the pictures, and I'm not a fan of it. That's the first time I've seen Taschen like cutting corners like that. But this volume right here, so far, is gorgeous. As I said, I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but I'm giving you a good idea of what to expect from this. Of course, got lots of gorgeous artwork. Most of this I've never seen before. It has been pulled from the Walt Disney archives. There's probably a lot of stuff in here from like private collections and stuff as well. And there's a lot of text in here too. Of course, which has been written by two incredible Disney historians. One of which being J.B. Kaufman, who is one of the preeminent Disney, has been one of the preeminent Disney historians for decades, alongside David Gerstein. And the book has been edited by another incredible film historian, Daniel Kothenschulte, who was behind the Walt Disney Film Archives volume that Taschen released as well. Both of who I do know. I've spoken to J.B. in the past. I've become acquainted with him, but I'm quite well acquainted with David. I speak with him. He helps me with some of my evolution videos. He can always help me fill in the gaps of information that I'm missing. He's a wonderful, wonderful person and an incredible historian as well. He knows everything, especially when it comes to the comics. He has like a particular expertise in the comic stuff. So you're in really, really good hands with this, not only with the publisher who goes all out, usually never cuts corners, and you've also got incredible historians and writers on board as well. So as I said, I'm not going to go through all of this, but you get a really good idea just from these first 75 pages of the incredible stuff that you're going to find in this volume right here. I'm going to start skipping pages here, but this is a really wonderful volume. And I have quite a number of these Taschen books. They published a Mickey Mouse book probably would have been 6 years ago, because when I first started my YouTube channel. It was one of the first videos I did was a review of the Mickey Mouse book. You can still find that. But might have been maybe a year after I started my channel or something, but that's, you know, came out quite a while ago. And this is the first time I've done a video like this, I reckon, since then. But there was a lot of interest in that video, so I thought I'd do another one. I don't typically do like book reviews and stuff anymore, but I thought I'd do a video like this. Again, we've got that card, which has the separation sections, which is awesome. The defining years. Look, we're not going to spend too much time going through this, but there is so much stuff from the cartoons to the comic books. Again, we're going to see some stuff from films and the kind of later shorts, merchandise. It's all here. Like, there will never, ever be a more comprehensive volume on Donald Duck ever. And I love that there's also a Disney Archives volume, which covers the kind of golden era of Disney animation films. And that's a really great overview of the studio and their film output, but it's really fascinating to see something that's like focused on one character. It's kind of really makes this kind of more of an obscure volume. Not obscure because I guess it's public, it's readily available, but it's kind of it's just an interesting volume. I think this is terrific. And again here, this is so good. I love this. And if David and J.B, if you're watching this, you've done the Lord's work with this, because this is just fantastic and this is everything that I was hoping for from it. Really no stone unturned here. It's fun. And the number of comic pages that are here, and even here we've got like international foreign language comics as well. Oh, we've got the Duck family tree. Oh man, it's all here. It's literally all here. The Once and Future Duck. We've got some more contemporary, like modern stuff. DuckTales movie, I mean, we're still going back 30 years for that. But this is more recent kind of DuckTales series. We've got a little bit of that in here too. Not a whole lot on the more contemporary stuff. It's just a very small chapter here. But I still think that's really quite fascinating. To have that included is really good. But this is predominantly focusing on the golden era of Donald, the comic era. Oh, look, it's terrific. And then we've got a really large index at the back and the art continues. Oh, this is a wonderful volume and I'm really, really looking forward to going through it properly. And then on the back here, we've got this really nice image as well of the Disney artists at work, pulling together a Donald Duck comic, no doubt. A Donald Duck cartoon, no doubt. So this is what Taschen considers an XXL volume. So they do an XXL volume. Now the Mickey Mouse one, most of their archives books, they will later repress in what is called an XL volume. Now they did this with the Mickey Mouse one. So this is the extra, extra large. Then you get an XL. Now I didn't get the Mickey in the XL, but this is another XL Taschen book, which will show you the difference in size. I'm assuming they will probably do the same with the Donald Duck. So if you're waiting for something a little cheaper and a little smaller than this, that's an XL size. Now the Mickey Mouse one, they also did that in a trade size. This is not a Taschen book. This is another Disney book. But this is roughly the size of a Taschen trade. So they're the three sizes that the Mickey Mouse book came out in. And of course, as you go down, the cheaper they get. Like in Australia, you can get the smallest version for about $40. The middle version is still maybe like $150, $200 Australian. But yeah, so the further down you go, the smaller they get. But also the problem with that is the smaller they get, they start to trim pages out and they start to trim text out and photos out. And it becomes like a more truncated version. So if you want the whole kit and caboodle, you want the whole shebang, the whole lot, the entire publication, you will want to go with this one right here, which is the XXL volume, XXL volume. Again, a little bit expensive, but you can get them cheaper. So if you keep an eye on the pricing and all of that, you're almost always going to be able to get a deal. Like I said, Australian dollars. This is retailing for between $350, $400, like $500, very expensive. I managed to lock it in for $230 Australian. Keep an eye on these. You're always going to get a sale on every now and then. And these stay in print for a while. I think maybe the XXL volumes do eventually go out of print. Sometimes they take a while, but then the smaller versions, like the Mickey Mouse ones, you can still get now. What are they, like 5-6 years later? Now what I want to do, I'm going to put this to one side. Let's put it over here. We're going to do just a very quick comparison of this guy with the Mickey Mouse volume. The Mickey volume also came in a box. The interesting thing here is that the Donald box is in black and white while the Mickey box was in color. And I think the Taschen at some point just kind of switched to standard black and white cardboard boxes. It was the same with the 2 Star Wars Archives volumes they did. One of them had a color box and then one was just like a cardboard box like this. So they're the 2 boxes right there. If you want to kind of get an idea of what these are going to look like on a shelf or whatever, they line up quite nicely. The Donald one is actually a little bit taller. As you can see, it's like just slightly, like wider for whatever reason. So I'm a bit disappointed that this isn't in color, but it is what it is. So let's get rid of that. Also interesting, the Mickey Mouse one has like a handle here, which the Donald one doesn't have. So they have cut a couple of corners here. Now this is the Mickey volume, and again, that one I've kept in its shrink too. As you can see, both volumes are pretty much the same size. They're like almost exactly the same size. Yeah, they are. They're both exactly the same size. They're both designed the same, which is great. I love it when there's like a consistent design. They've both got the same sort of finish, which is like a sort of a, oh, I hate that sound of that feel. There's like a fabric sort of finish on it. And then you've got this, which is like a sticker, sort of like a glossy sticker that's stuck in the middle there. You get that in both versions. And look, again, very, very similar. When you open the Mickey Mouse one, you have the separation with the cardstock. And so the layout, as you've seen, the Donald one is very similar. The text is similar. The kind of photos you're getting in here, very similar. These, I'm really, really happy with that. Because one thing I really dislike is when you have a series of anything, books, DVDs, something, and they just change something visually about it, whether that be the text or the design on the cover or whatever. These match up so beautifully. The only thing that I wish could have been different is that the Donald one had the color box, but it is what it is, whatever. It's a box. It's a protective box. It's not the actual cover. The books themselves are both like spot on. And the Mickey one probably, I'm guessing, has a black and white photo on the back. Oh no, it doesn't have a black and white photo, but it does have a photo of Walt, which is awesome. So they're the 2 backs on them right there. Again, both have like a quote on the back, which is awesome. I love the fact that they have done these so similarly. These are designed so similarly. And then we'll show the spines on both books. If you want to display them like this out of the box, I know not everyone's going to keep the box. They look gorgeous, and that would look stunning on a shelf, man. That would look so good on a shelf right there. Oh, they have, and look, everything like this is probably just like OCD coming in here, but this all lines up. And like if this was like a little bit off skew, like that would really do my head in. But this all lines up and it just looks so great. I have no idea if they have any intention of doing other characters like Minnie Mouse or Goofy or whatever. It's not the right time to start asking those questions now of the authors, because these are monumental tasks, these books. For all I know, they could be working on one already. But like when something like this comes out that has been years in the making, I just want to enjoy this volume And I'm just gonna enjoy this volume. I'm gonna read it front to back as I did with the Mickey book and just enjoy it before, you know, you start asking, is there gonna be another volume? Let's just enjoy what we've got. Another thing I wanna show, if I can get it out, is this, which is sort of this, like, I guess, bookmark, placeholder ribbon that you get in there, which is gorgeous. As you can see, it's got Donald Duck face on there, so I guess that's like the face that appeared on the beginning of the cartoons. And if I'm correct, yeah, the Mickey volume has one of those as well. You've got the Mickey Mouse head from the cartoons, and they both match up so well. The length of the ribbons, oh, the Donald ribbon is a bit longer. Oh, the Donald ribbon's a bit longer. Not a deal breaker. So there you go. So if you're planning to add the Donald one to your collection, it pairs up with the Mickey volume so well. And I am again, I'm not going to start asking the question yet, but I would welcome further volumes in this series. Goofy would probably be the next logical step. It's probably going to take another 5 or 6 years to come out, but I would welcome that. But for now, yeah, I'm going to enjoy this. I'm loving it. Let's get Mickey out of there. And once again, just enjoy the splendor of this guy right here. Walt Disney's Donald Duck, The Ultimate History. If you want to get your hands on this, I recommend just buy it. This is a terrific volume. This is easily going to go down as one of the best, not only Disney history books of all time, but one of the greatest animation and even cinema history books of all time, because this is like a treasure trove of artwork, information, and yeah, all of that stuff. Incredible writers, a fantastic publisher who I'm a little bit sour on for what they did with the Life Hollywood book, but they have done everything right as far as this volume right here goes. Yeah, there you go. Awesome stuff. So once again, the Walt Disney's Donald Duck, The Ultimate History is available right now. You can pick this up online. I'm going to put an affiliate link down below from Amazon, so if you do want to pick up a copy of this yourself, yeah, get your hands on this while you can. Again, David, J.B, and Daniel, an incredible volume. Thank you so much for all your work and effort, and I can't wait to dive through this myself. I'm going to put this down because it's so heavy. Thank you so much for all your work, and yeah, I look forward to seeing what is next. And thanks everybody out there for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy.